What was Peter Green like actually? Because you knew him before, well, he was working with Mick, and then obviously after he left the band, what was he like?
Right at the beginning, he was very young, and I thought he was great. He was so real. He was from the East End of London, and he had a great sense of humor. And he and Mick had a really great relationship. And Mick just adored him as a player. He was just, it moved him to tears sometimes, he'd say. And Peter was great. He was just such a real person.
He went down that spiritual
Mm.
route as well, didn't he?
It's such a shame. I mean, it's one of the tragedy. What?
Oh, sorry, I was saying he went down that spiritual route as well, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he did. And he asked me what my, views were and what was it like in India and, when he knew nobody else was listening. He did, yeah.
What was he said about the tragedy? Was it when he took the LSD and changed?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Could you see that straight away that it had had an effect on him?
Well, I didn't see him when he first took acid because they were all in San Francisco, I think. But then he went to Germany and these women were sort of piling him with acid. And I think for my belief is that someone who's so sensitive like him, he's like a finely tuned instrument that you give them something like that and they just don't recover, just it's too much.
What was he like after that? Like he didn't, like you say, he didn't recover. What was he like?
Well, sometimes he was okay, but then he'd sort of kind of zone out and say something that was kind of a little bit out there.